Thanks for watching Afternoon Live. The number one thing both kids and caregivers crave is connection, but with our busy lives, you might feel like you're missing the mark. Here with tangible ways you can increase your bond, we welcome back parenting coach Tia Slightham. It's great to see you.
Great to see you too, Hannah.
Let's talk about just how important that feeling of connection is, and sometimes if our kids don't feel that need being met, they might show us with certain behaviors.
Absolutely. So we have to remember that every behavior we see, whether it's positive, negative, has a really deep rooted goal, purpose, meaning behind it. It's not just to annoy us or frustrate us or make us angry, even though it feels like kids might deliberately be acting out. It isn't the case. It's actually because they have unmet needs that they're trying to meet, but they don't know how. And many of these needs fall into the category of power and attention.
Okay, so given that we only have 24 hours in a day, it is so tough, especially as working parents running around doing summer camp drop-offs this time of year. How do we kind of make that time, make it a priority to foster those connections?
Yeah, so we want to parent smarter, not harder. And one of the ways we do that is we meet our kids in the middle. So we're never going to have the exact same perspective as our child. We've been around the block a few more times. And so we want to meet our kids in the middle. And what I mean when I say that around attention is the fact that the way we feel about attention is going to differ from the way our child feels about attention. So from our perspective as parents, it's just that, Hannah. We're driving everywhere. We're busy. We're taking them to birthday parties, planning birthday parties, play dates, taking them to sports, grocery shopping, cooking, cleaning. There's so much that we do in our day that we do for our kids that it feels like we're spending a lot of time and attention for them. Unfortunately, from our child's side of the spectrum, they're saying, well, sorry, mom and dad, those part of your job description, and that's what you signed up for when you decided to have kids. Where's my time? Where's my attention? So in order to help parents feel less overwhelmed, we're going to step back and we're going to try and meet our kids in the middle of that spectrum.
You have a great idea that's called golden time. Tell me about that concept.
So again, to parent smarter, not harder, it doesn't have to be hours and hours and hours of our time. So golden time is really cool. It's worked for thousands of parents around the world. It only takes 10 minutes. We all can find 10 minutes. I guarantee most parents are battling with their kids more than 10 minutes a day. So we're going to be proactive in our parenting, and we're going to try and fill up those emotional needs buckets, meet their needs of power and attention in a 10-minute strategy. So golden time is 5 simple ingredients. It's one-on-one, meaning one parent, one child, so that your child's not fighting for attention from siblings or other parents. It's going to be twice a day. Don't panic. It's in the morning for 10 minutes and your bedtime tuck-in. We all tuck our kids in at night for the most part. So you're going to give it a name, which is the third ingredient, which my son named it golden time when he is 4. You can name it anything you want. Your kids can name it what they want. But we want to give it a name because that name signals to them, this is my time. It's not laundry or grocery shopping or driving in the car. This is my designated time. So you're going to get more bang for your buck. You're going to unplug and put your phone away and give your child your undivided attention so they really feel that you want to connect with them and you want to spend time. You're interested in the things they're interested in by giving them the 5th ingredient, which is child's choice. Let them choose what you do in that 10 minutes. For younger kids, it might be things like helping you make smoothies or going for a walk around the block, Play-Doh, dolls, anything that they enjoy. It doesn't matter what it is. For older kids, doing a workout class, maybe doing TikTok dances, which my son sometimes wants me to do, and I'm not good at them. But it's a way to connect and bond. So spend 10 minutes, follow these 5 ingredients, and I guarantee you will see results after just the first time.
It is a lot more manageable when you put it that way. 10 minutes twice a day, morning and evening. We can definitely all find those small moments of time. And that connection, as you foster it, it can also build trust between us and our kids.
Yeah, so if we're not connected, if we think about it even as adults, if we're not connected to somebody, we sort of surface level conversation and we don't get into deep feelings and meaning around what our emotions are. Whereas with our kids, it's the exact same thing. So we want to think about building the connection actually helps open the line of communication. Golden time is also going to help you do that because we're setting aside a designated time to be with our kids, to listen to our kids, to see what they're interested in. As a little tip, kids will always open up more when we're not staring at them like, okay, tell us what's wrong. What's the matter? they're sort of, they back away from us. So if you're doing Play-Doh or you're going out for a walk with a dog, whatever you're doing, they start to open up as you start to have communication. And the bedtime golden time is my favorite. Kids always want to get really chatty as you're about to finish the end of the day. And so this is a time where you can do simple things like talk about your rose and thorn of the day, what went well, what didn't go well. And you can role model that as well to really spend time opening up and communicating to build the trust so that as they grow and they become teenagers like my boys, they are more comfortable talking about the harder things because it's something they've always done with you.
That was my next question, was that you've got golden time established as they're younger. Does it help keep the connection as they become teenagers and don't necessarily want to talk to mom or dad so often?
It absolutely does. And I don't have to sit down and say, okay, boys, let's sit down and have our golden time like I did when they were younger. But I'll tell you, they still will say to me, if we're one on one and we go and get ice cream or we go do something, they will still say, this is so great. We're having some golden time. And so, you're making a really big impact when you start to role model this and develop this sort of strategy and this commitment to your kids, because it really will stick with them.
That's so sweet. You're giving me hope for when my kids get to their teenage years. Thank you so much, Tia. It was great to see you.
You too. Thanks for having me.
We'll have more information on our website at katu.com. We'll be right back with more Afternoon Live right after this.